And this is it, folks. This is it. We're finally here. Let's talk about Season 6. The Walking Dead Season 6, and again, spoiler alert, I will review this season with spoilers and all. You have been warned. Now, Season 6 takes place a month after the events of the last one. Morgan is now part of Alexandria. He is really uneasy about Rick because Rick, as I mentioned before, is willing to kill people if he has to. And the people of Alexandria start to listen to him. The first half of this season takes place in the span of one entire day, and a lot of shit happens in one day. First of all, Rick stumbles upon this invasion of walkers. There's so many, and he's like, okay, we just have to lead them away. We have to get cars, we have to draw them away as far as possible from Alexandria, and everyone's on board. However, someone is honking the horn and the walkers storm towards Alexandria. While all of this is happening, the wolves attack. Yeah, Rick is not there to protect Alexandria. Glenn is gone. Daryl is not there. Abraham, Sasha, they're all gone. So who's there to protect Alexandria? Well, Carol, of course. Again, Carol continues to be my favorite character. She just immediately knows what to do. She kills one of them, takes his blood, draws a W on her forehead, and she plays inside with the wolves while picking them off one by one. That is great Carol writing, because Carol at this point, she is the ultimate badass. She's probably the biggest victim of the apocalypse since she lost her little daughter, but she is also the person that truly knows what to do in order to survive. Now, during the first couple episodes, it looked like Glenn was eaten by walkers, and that caused a lot of controversial debates because he ended up not dying, even though it really looked like it, but it turned out he magically crawled under a dumpster, so the walkers were only eating the body on top of him, and I have to admit that was pretty fucking stupid, especially since they pretended it to be a huge death scene, which it clearly wasn't. But to me, the season was non-stop excitement, fun, and again, great character development. We also learn more about Maggie now. She is pregnant. Yeah, that's right. Glenn and her are about to have a child, which is awesome. And our people, for the very first time, they live in a safe zone. And it's so cool to see that. It's cool to see how they develop. However, since they were not able to fight off all of those walkers, they actually storm Alexandria. And I was like, oh my god, are they gonna lose another place? Please, please don't do that to us yet again. It would be too repetitive. So our people, again, like in Season 1, they got a walker and drenched themselves in walker blood in order to stealth themselves. But Jesse's little kid starts to yell and their cover is just blown. Yeah, that little kid is eaten alive. Right after that, Jesse is eaten alive. And her oldest son is like, you know what, Rick, you're responsible for my mom and my little brother dying right in front of me. I'm gonna fucking shoot you. So Michonne impales him with her sword, which was so rough. I mean, an entire family just died right in front of me within like 30 seconds. And even though Michonne impaled him, he did fire that weapon. However, he didn't hit Rick. He hit Carl right in the eye. So the drama just does not stop. And this is the point where Rick is losing his shit. He brings Carl to the doctor of Alexandria. He's like, you know what? I'm going out there alone. I'm going to kill these walkers. And the great thing is, the people of Alexandria, yes, even Father Gabriel, who was a coward before, they're just mowing walkers down left and right, and they fight for Alexandria for the very first time as a community. So the Alexandrians are now also part of Rick's group, and that is a very important development. At the same time, Daryl, Abraham, and Sasha are still out there because they meant to draw the walkers away, but they run into a group of nasty people who tell them that their stuff no longer belongs to them, and their stuff now belongs to Negan. Who is Negan? We'll get to that. However, Daryl kills them all with a rocket launcher in one of the coolest moments of the entire show, let's be honest. Yeah, it really was. And they reconnect with the group. Even Glenn is back. As I told you, he did not die. And now we flash forward like a month later, and this is the one episode of the show that was so unlike The Walking Dead. Everyone is happy. We really see them just having an ordinary life. Rick smiling, Michonne smiling, Carl lost his eye and he now has an eye patch, but he's happy. All of our people are happy. And while Rick and Daryl are out on a run as bros, pretty much they're broing around. They stumble upon a guy called Jesus. He seems like a trickster. I didn't know what to make of him. I was like, is he a bad guy? Is he not? Because he tricks them constantly. So they take him hostage. And he's like, you know what, guys? I do have a community called Hilltop, and we would really like to engage in trading with you. So he interrupts Rick and Michonne while they're having sex. That's right, Rick and Michonne are now a couple, and to me it made perfect sense. Some people were bothered by that because because in the comic books they do not hook up, but I think for the television show, it made perfect sense. Perfect, because in the comic books, it's Andrea, but the Andrea of the TV show was nothing like the Andrea from the comic books. And I think the Rick and the Michonne of the TV show have perfect chemistry, and to me, their relationship was organic. So they meet the people of Hilltop, and turns out they are decent people, but they have one condition for Rick. Like, yes, we do want to establish trade relations, but we do have a group of people on our asses who keep on terrorizing us. They call themselves the Saviors. And if you could eliminate them, you can have whatever you want to. And Rick is like, we've never had a problem with confrontations. So he actually gives a speech to the entire community of Alexandria. He's like, we have to do that. We have to kill these people. That's right. Rick intends to mass murder an entire group of people, even though he has never met them. He just heard that they're bad people. Once again, I have to remind you, this is our protagonist. Morgan is the only one who is adamantly against it. But yeah, he builds a prison cell for Alexandria just in case, but our people go in there, and Glenn, for the very first time, murders someone. They all kill these people in their sleep, and it becomes a badass confrontation. Most of the Saviors die. Even Father Gabriel kills someone. That's how rough it has become. This may have not been the best plan of Rick's ever, because he might have been screwing with the wrong people. In any case, Maggie and Carol get captured, and after that, Carol has been acting weirdly, almost suicidal. For the very first time, she's not the badass we know and love. And I was like, what's happening? What's happening there? She actually bails. She leaves the camp alone, and she intends to die. The only one willing to save her ass is Morgan. Morgan actually runs after her, and she mows down a couple Saviors again while tearing up because she doesn't want to kill anymore. And Morgan ends up killing someone just in order to save her. So great character development there again, and great chemistry between these two people. However, very coincidentally, something goes wrong with Maggie's pregnancy right after Carol leaves. I don't know if she had something to do with it. We yet have to find out about that. However, Rick wants to bring her to Hilltop in order to save her. So he takes Abraham, Sasha, and Abraham, Sasha, they have a thing now. Yes, Abraham left Rosita for Sasha. Was pretty badass, but yeah, I think they're cute together. Eugene comes along, Carl comes along, and Aaron. What they don't know is that Daryl, Glenn, Rosita, and Michonne have all been captured already. So they try to leave Alexandria, and they find out the first road is already blocked. Savior's standing there, they're like, there's no way out here. So they're like, shit, let's back it up. It's pretty much a trip to hell. So they go another way. However, again, road is closed, Savior's standing there. They're like, not this way. They're like, fuck. And the tension during that finale is like a guitar string, I'm telling you, straight up. So they try to find another way. And again, the street is blocked off, this time with walkers. One of them has one of Michonne's dreadlocks attached to him. Another one has one of Daryl's arrows. So they mean to tell him, yeah, we got your people. And Rick's like, holy shit, holy shit. They don't know what to do anymore. So Eugene's like, you know what? I'm gonna drive the van along, and you guys, you just have to get help. You have to get her to Hilltop as soon as possible. They try to do so, but this has been a trap from the very start. The Saviors capture all of them, including Eugene. They show them that they got Michonne, Rosita, and Glenn. They all line him up in a circle, which leads to the introduction of easily one of the greatest yet most despicable characters ever, Negan. And if you want to know what I thought of Negan, I have an entire episode on this channel where I imitated him and I played his part. He was badass. And now he gives this entire monologue about how Rick has been screwing with the wrong people, and now someone has to pay. So he does a little eeny, meeny, miny, mo with his bat that he likes to call Lucille. Yeah, it's a baseball bat wrapped around in barbed wire. And he actually killed someone. We just don't know who it was. And that was the end of the season. I can tell you, man, season 6, it's always a tie for me. I don't know if I like season 5 better or season 6, but I thought season 6 hit all the right notes. The only thing I did not like was actually the little trick that they played on us with Glenn. Did he die? Did he not die? That was something that a show of that quality and a show that really showed its true colors when it comes to character developments, when it comes to excitement, when it comes to great plot. They didn't need that. So that is definitely a minus. But apart from that, season 6 is fabulous and it might just be my favorite. I don't know if it's season 5 or 6. I always juggle them around back and forth. But yeah, now that I finished this video, I actually think it's season 6. So season 6, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. And thank you guys, as always, for watching. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.